exciting episode here at the CheAfrica podcast, the podcast that gives you amazing stories, people that are doing inspiring work in different communities across Africa, the podcast that teaches you all the little tiny details about education, STEM education, science and technology, and also aviation. And today I am joined by an aviator herself. Okay, yes. Guys, I bring superstars to this podcast. Yes, it's for superstars only. People that literally play with the stars, and I mean it for real. So Glain is a pilot.
Yes.
She's gonna introduce herself fully so that I don't take the sunshine away from her. So Glain, welcome to CheAfrica podcast.
Thank you.
We are so honored to have you. So maybe you can fully introduce yourself to our African audience.
Hi guys, my name is Glain, as you've heard, Glain Nanil. I am a girl and young woman from Kenya, Kajiado, Kenya to be specific, and I am a pilot. I don't know how much detail you need, so I think for now that can work.
That can work.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Glain, for that and for joining us. So let's start from the beginning. You are a pilot. Obviously, because I think maybe I once said that I want to be a pilot when I grew up, but then I am.
We all?
Yes, we all
we
said
all?
it. It's either if you didn't say pilot, you're saying going to say doctor, or you're going to say accountant or lawyer. Those were the only options growing up. But then as we grew up, we discovered no, there are actually endless opportunities and careers. So since you said you wanted to be a pilot when you were young and you went and became a pilot, take us through that journey growing up, wanting to be in the clouds, seeing aeroplanes in the sky and just seeing yourself as one of the pilots in the air. How was it for you, and the support that you also got from your parents and your family encouraging you to really follow through that dream, to see that you are now a full pilot?
Thank you so much. So my journey is short and sweet, let me call it that.
Okay.
So I have been passionate about flying from the beginning. Like you've mentioned, I wanted to be, I'm those ones who wanted to be a pilot, and thanks God that I actually got to this. How I started my journey. I didn't have any mentors growing up. I didn't have anyone in the industry, but just the joy of seeing planes and imagining, as a child you don't understand what is happening in the sky. What do you mean that big aircraft is in the sky? So it was out of mere curiosity and just passion that I can say. So when I was in primary school, that was just a song. High school, now like you've said, you get to understand that there are other things that people can do. So that is now I got more knowledge, and still that passion was still there. So I got a lot of support from my parents. I think the moment they discovered that this is a real thing, just like you said, when it's a doctor, whoever, you're not yet settled. But then now, when I was choosing my subjects in high school, I majored on the STEM subjects, the ones that are going to allow me to actually become a pilot. And then so we had let me call it a pact with my parents. If we get the grades, then we will get the money for flying. So I of course now, I have a reason to actually work hard. The other times I was just reading, but now I have a reason. So I went ahead, got the grades that are required for flying, and then now the industry is not very well known. So we had to do our own research. So from Kenyan parents or African parents, they believe in university. Exactly, right? So flying does not have that direct path of university. Yes. So rather, the only university that is said to offer flying is Moi University. And now all the things that they usually say about that, it takes 7 years. It is it has a lot of cons, for you to do that. And then now, by God's grace, I met a mentor. So in my primary school, remember, there's a girl who's always been talking about aviation, a very outspoken. So if I want something, I'll just keep on talking about it. So They went to mentor, I don't know, Young Aviators Club of Africa.
Okay.
They went to mentor my primary school. This was now after I'm done with high school. We are still doing our research on aviation. She went, when she's talking to people, then one of the teachers was like, there used to be a girl who really wanted to do flying. So my mother was called, they met. And then now, coincidence being coincidence, turns out the president of Young Aviators Club of Africa is my mother's schoolmate in high school.
Okay.
So they already knew each other. They just didn't know, after high school, most people sparks. So they now rekindled, and that is how I was guided to actually going into a flying school. There are so many flying schools in Wilson Airport. There's also another one on this Senior Road. So there are very different other ways of gaining flying experience. And she advised against Moi, of course, the university. It will take 7 years, and then they don't have the fleet number of aircraft, so you will not get as much experience. So basically that is it. Once I met her, I believe my aviation journey was smoother because now I had someone to ask questions. I also met friends, and then she advised for me to do a degree in aviation management, so that even later, if I decide I don't want to fly, for example, this stuff. So if I decide that I want to settle in with my family, I can still be in the industry using this aviation degree, because then in many African setups, flying is not very accommodative to women, because then I'm coming here, I'm going to US, I'm going to UK, I'm going to, I will not have that time with your children or your family as they require. Right. So that is just plan B. Maybe I can call it that. But yeah,
the journey has been pretty sweet.
The short is not short.
Oh yeah, the short is not short,
but it's sweet.
All right, okay. I got that. So it's really inspiring how you and your parents sat down and really say, fine. I liked how they also kind of gave you an ultimatum to say, just get your good grades, then we will worry about the finances to get you into flying school. And you actually mentioned an important point that most African parents don't believe. They believe for you to have this professional pool careers, the only path is university. So it's and when you mentioned that aviation is an industry that most people, they only know a pilot in the industry and a flight attendant. They don't know that there's engineers, there's people on the ground, there are flight instructors. So when you go to an African parent and say, I want to be a pilot, but then a pilot doesn't go to university, most people will be like, so what are you talking about? What are you trying to say? Make it make sense. What do you mean? Yeah, so it's something that there's need for research. But looking at the recent trends, most people with technology, social media, it's now easy to do some of the research. You just type the aviation industry with your parents, then you can have a list of good notes. So this is how you can do aviation or what. So yeah, research is very important. So Glain, now you have managed to enter flight school. Take us through the training processes. What kind of a pilot are you? Are you a private? Are you a commercial? Do you have a commercial pilot's license? Or I only know those two. I only have knowledge of those two. Let's stick to those two.
Let's stick to those
so
two.
Since you have now entered the flight school, take us through the journey. What was it like for you the very first days? The excitement was, so I'm sitting in a pilot class, okay. So I'm gonna have the lecturers, maybe the captain of Fly Emirates is going to be my lecturer or what? What was the excitement for that?
So it's very interesting actually. So I don't think I will be giving my community credit enough if I just say it was my parents' support. So for me, I come from the Maasai community, the pastoral community of Kenya. I'm pretty sure many people might know Kenya because of other things. I am a Maasai. Cool. Yes, born and raised. You see, even you from Zimbabwe, you know Maasai. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Even a necklace, even whatever you want.
I am getting Maasai match on the podcast.
Yes. So being that this is a course that not many people have done. My people have not even heard of people doing it, leave alone a woman wanting to do flying, you know. So they came out, and my parents, so many Maasai people are very generous. They, in fundraisers, they will actually, you know, sort funds for you. So that is actually how I managed to get my private pilot's license, because my parents organized a fund drive, and my community came out in large numbers and supported. It was very memorable, because they believe in your dream, like that's what you want to do, we're going to make it possible. Yeah, so I did both of my degree and aviation together.
Okay.
So my degree was mostly evening classes. I did it at East Africa School of Aviation. So during the day, I'd go for my ground school, because ideally when you're starting your flying, you don't just get into the aircraft. You know, you have to do theory, the theory part. So that's what we call ground school. You get to learn the theory part. This is how an aircraft looks like. This is what you're going to be flying. This is, you know, everything that really is around the aircraft. And then now you get to the flight experience, whereby you will turn theory to practice. My experience, most of the time, I think it's because of I don't remember, I didn't have students. I was an instructor, and like it was just me and the instructor in class. And it was, I feel like it really helped me, because then if I had a question, you write here, like it's not a crowded place. And most aviation classes, you don't have a very big crowd. Because then these are practical things that you need to understand and get very well. So I started in the school, we were very few girls, I think. We were not that much in the school. And then just like you said, it was exciting. Of course, it's finally happening, you know, I can't wait to get into the aircraft. And then now I went to the aircraft. So my one of the best things that I like about flying, or I liked when I was starting, is the fact that your first hour of flying is familiarization flight. So you don't do anything, you sit down, your instructor will take you, show you, this is what you call a step turn, this is what you call this is what you call this, just to give you a feel of the aircraft. So fun, not so fun fact, I had not gotten into an aircraft before that, because I had not flown before that. So it was very, I really enjoyed my familiarization, everything. So now the next one, you know, you're taken step by step, because you need to know how to switch on your engine, how to do the pre-flight checks, how to taxi, moving on the ground, that way. And then also how to take off, so it's that one exercise leads to the other, and the other, and the other. So it's very, I feel like it's more or less a very progressive course, and everything you're taught makes sense, and it builds onto the other. So I don't know if I've explained. Oh yes, you had asked what I have. So I currently have 100 hours. So for you to get your private pilot's license, you need about 40 hours, 40 flight hours. That means from the time you take off till you land, you will mark, for example, I've taken off at 9:30, I landed at 10:30, that is 1 hour. So each and every, you don't have to fly every day, because you know there are days, either weather, there are days the aircraft is going to check, but you need at least 40 hours. And for those, you also have to have solo hours to build your confidence in handling the aircraft as well. And then your commercial license is now for you to understand how to navigate, how to move from one place to the other, all the techniques that are there in the aircraft. So currently I finished my private pilot's license. Now I am building my hours to my commercial. For you to have the commercial license, you need 200 hours. Yeah, so I'm halfway there.
You're currently at 100. So we need another 100. I'm reaching for you all the way. You get the 100, so that whenever I'm booking flights, I'm like, is Glain my pilot? If she's not there, I don't want it. I don't want it.
I agree.
Yes, we'll definitely do that. And whenever they see my pilot, they'll be like, is Glain on duty? Is Glain on duty?
This episode of Chiedza CheAfrica is proudly sponsored by Tank Pro. Tank Pro under Elite Tank Limited is your premier business consultancy, transforming vision into excellence for students and businesses worldwide. Offering professional short courses, website development, digital marketing, project management, bookkeeping, business support, and HR solutions. They are here to elevate your success. Dial +44 73 916 373 70, or you can WhatsApp or visit www.tankpro.co.uk to learn more and take the next step towards your goals. Stay tuned in for more inspiring content.
Thank you very much for like this is so inspiring. You know, when you really dream of something and not only your parents or family support, but the entire community comes through. Because you know, you don't want to do something amazing and it's only your parents that are proud, or the other community they don't even understand, or they're actually speaking behind your back saying no, she won't really be successful. But then with the entire community coming out to support you and root for you, this is so inspiring. I think this is some of the community stories that we need to share each and every day to people out there, that a child or a career cannot be fully built by a person and their parents. We need the entire community to support, because now you're inspiring other young girls in the community that want to be pilots, and now they now have someone to research from. Because you said you didn't have a mentor, you didn't know anything about the aviation industry as a whole, but because of you and the love that you got from the community, now it's easy for you to actually go back now and so this is what is exactly on the ground. This is how it happens and this is how it grows. So Glain, you said because I know when something happens with the first, I'm so excited. So take us through your experience when you had your first solo flights.
So, first solo. So the thing, or I am not sure if this is when you're on your 10th hour, 11th, 12th. From there, they're already telling you that you're going to be released for your solo, because a solo flight does it even take 10 minutes? It's a very short flight.
Oh, okay.
The first solo. The others now will follow are going to be more. But when you first solo, according to me, you are not prepared that today you're going to have the first solo. It's just you're given now a checkout instructor.
Okay.
Who is going to fly with you, for example, today, tomorrow, the other day. So the day that you will feel, I'm saying she because the one who checked me out was a lady. The day that she will feel you're confident enough, she releases you. So I come, for example, on Wednesday. I know the date. It was on 20th November, 2020. So you go. The aircraft you're flying a normal flight. Okay. You just came to fly. So you fly, then you go. Then as you're landing, you're doing circuits.
Okay.
So you take off, go around landing. So that is just to train you're taking off and landing of your skill. So now after you've taken off, landed. So when you're landing, they tell the radios releasing student or first solo. Are you prepared? No. Did you know that you're going to be released? No. So you're tensed, you're excited, because this is what many people in the industry are like. Oh my god, I can't wait to get my first solo. But then because it just happened, you're oh my god, and then you go to your airport, your instructor goes out. So let me tell you, my instructor told me, I don't care you how you come, I want my aircraft back safe. If you decide you want me, I want my aircraft back safe.
I don't care how you're going to do it.
My aircraft.
I don't want you back. It's my aircraft
that I want.
Not you. Okay.
So I went. It wasn't really bumpy. It was a good day. I took off, and then now when I was cruising, you're alone. Now you can scream all you want. And then now I went, and then landing. Still because of excitement and you're nervous. Just little bumps. Then but it was amazing. And then they have a trend. They call it a trend. Yes, of washing you water,
Oh,
others pour for you
I
dirty
saw that
water.
online.
Mhm. So now, are you prepared? No.
No.
Do you have a change of clothes?
No.
Do they care?
They
no.
don't.
So I'm there from the airstrip. I mean, from the apron. I've just landed, and then when you land, that's also a pity one. When you land, when you're taxiing the air traffic control, congratulations. Then now you go back to the once you get out of the aircraft, you go to now for me the school that I was in. You're not being washed in the apron. You
Okay.
go to the site where the school is.
Yes.
Then you're washed properly.
Properly.
Now it's for you to start knowing how you're going home. Now you start
Now you're
making
worried.
calls. So are you able to just come and give me? But it was an amazing experience. I feel like every pilot or everyone in the industry would like to experience it, because for me I feel like it builds a lot of confidence, because then you now believe in yourself that I actually took it and I got it back safely. So I mean, I can fly now, so it boosts even your skill and your confidence. You're able to do things in a better way, and then after that, now you do several other solos, which you're now in a better position to do that. Yeah.
That is so amazing.
Yeah.
Listening to you really explaining how excited it was, your first solo flight. What was my first thing to do? A lot. My mind is just going for another day. But yeah, I can't wait when you get your pilot's license, just for you to say now. Because I know it will be a lot of responsibility, because you will be carrying passengers. Like a lot of people's lives will be on your shoulders. But then it will be something that is going to fully cement the journey that you have taken so far to be where you are today. So Glain, here at Chiedza CheAfrica podcast, we are all about empowering young girls to into STEM education. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have to go into aviation, but with the world evolving, we are seeing the rise and the importance of STEM education and STEM skills. What would you say to young African girls out there that they on why they really need to start investing in STEM education, and even to parents, because when we take it back to how we mentioned that you and the community didn't have much knowledge or exposure to aviation. I think it's something that before your child reaches a stage whereby they now say, this is the path that I want to take, it's also important for us to research other careers as well. Even at home, just take a book, say for what exactly did psychologists do, what exactly do these people do, for that exposure to really cement in. And for me, I'm really encouraging people to go into STEM. Like me, I'm from the arts background, and through this podcast, I am really learning small things that I can do via STEM. Maybe I can start a course in cybersecurity. I can do software. What I can do robotics, which is something that I figure is actually the easiest to go into. So what would you say to young African girls out there, and parents as well, when it comes to researching information for their children while they are still young?
That's a very interesting question, but I think I hear you and I understand what you're saying. And if you look at many of us young people, the courses or the areas that we went into are not basically what we wanted to, because again our parents have a lot of influence in our lives. But then I think it's about time that the African parents and also the African children just know yourself and know what you want to do, because then if I was put in another field that is not something that I'm passionate about, I don't think I'd have bloomed or been where I am right now. So just let your child be the best that they can be. When you're talking about STEM, just like you've said, the world is evolving, technology is evolving day in, day out. And if you get that you are behind, for example, if you're doing something in agriculture, there are 1,000 ways that you can integrate it with technology. There's so many ways. We have drones that are used in farming. We have, there's so many other ways that you can integrate STEM. So don't also push it to be male-dominated industry, because aviation still is, but there are so many women who have taken a step to come and be in this setup. So I think it's very important for you to be supportive. Support your child in whatever they're doing. You can support them in the smallest way of just accepting what they're doing, and then they will bloom. You will see them actually get into this and grow into this. And maybe just another background or another thing about my journey. So after the journey of aviation, I've done fund drives. The community is now trusting me. So a friend of mine had the idea of why don't we then go ahead and mentor these young people, because then in our place there's a lot of lack of education. They don't see the importance. That's from the parents, the students themselves, the community. You find they don't really value, they don't see the need of it.
Education.
Yes, just education in general. So you find that we decided to come up with a community-based organization in Kajiado. It's called Omom Elite, and we do a lot of empowerment. We work with the youths, we work with adolescent young people, and these each and every August we do a tournament, football, volleyball, whatever games the youths request that they want to do, we support. And every holiday we have activities that are from the youth. They say we want to be talked about career. We partnered with organizations that bring these careers to them, so that now they know when you're talking about aviation, we're not talking about pilots. You know, there are 1,000 other things. So when you're talking about medicine, it's not just doctor. There is this. So I think it's that is one way that I can say thank you back to the community, because ideally I don't think I am able to return all the money they gave to me for my flying. But yeah.
You do those small things to make a difference. This is so inspiring. I think I would really love to visit one of your outreaches in the future to really see the groundwork that you guys are putting in to give back to the community. Because yes, we need to give back to our communities, because we need to be different. Growing up, we didn't have a community that offered this to us, but we're going to be the different generation that offers back the information that's needed, the education that is required for young people to really prosper. Glain, thank you very much for joining us today on the podcast. I wish I had an entire day to talk to you. You're such a like talking to you, like with the way you're bubbly and also comfortable in your space. It's so amazing to have conversations with people like that. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so
Since I'm already her number one fan, so that she gets the pilots.
I can get the number 2s and 3s.
All of them, need them as well. But yeah, so to our audience, thank you very much for watching CheAfrica podcast today. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and also share this podcast with someone else who doesn't have access to a phone, tablet, or a laptop, or even access to internet in general. But the information you because you know someone who will really be helped by this information just by watching the podcast, it will push them to wanting to research and learn more. That is what we are here for as CheAfrica. So from me, praise the crew behind the scene, and from Glain, it's bye.
Bye.